I thought I was recording the last time I was walking, but I had an outburst. It's so annoying. That's why it's best I stay at home. They look at mental health as if it's a crusade from God to wipe mentally ill people out. That's why KRS 503.100 exists. It's sickening. It's unconstitutional. Disabilities are protected in the workplace, therefore, claiming you have carte blanche to just shoot someone just because they mention suicide is lunacy. You know, of course it's easy enough for a family member who hates fags to claim that and then say kill them, which I've heard as well. So shall I talk more about John Estelle and his dick, or Sharon Christie's kids, and Kyle's penis, and drugs? I've had it up to here with the medical gaslighting. I expect my medical records, at least my medical records, amended to notate the accurate fucking diagnoses. Not that it matters now. Like I said, Nanette forced Nan to move up here. She's in the office this week. I can talk louder. Nan did not want to move up here. She wanted Nanette to move home, just like I did. Well, I couldn't have found a job there. Yeah, right. I spent 2 weeks packing that whole house up, including helping sell shit. You know, and they'd already loaned her at least, or given her at least, I don't know, I think it was around $40,000. Because see, there used to be a supporting wall here. Or no, right here. See where it's falling, collapsing, because they didn't put a beam in like they should have? There was a pantry wall here. That was a family room. A tiny-ass kitchen. She remodeled it all. Because Bill was still alive at that point. Then he died, which upset her to no end. And then, you know, Mom's moving up here. I'm coming home. I couldn't find a job down there. Could have sold this, paid off all of her fucking debt, had a paid-for home that was in better condition, newer, larger, but no, you know, can't do that. It's always their way or the highway. Just like when Orangeburg Volunteer Fire Department tried to slice into me. Commissioner Day and his goddamn department, with ties to the Crawfords and date rape. Oh well. So again, let me tell you why I killed myself. Then blaming my behavior on soul psychiatric problems is probably the sickest, most distressing thing they ever did. Distressing. Mental duress. Them claiming it was all just me being a bad kid. Refusing to repent. I needed to be saved. Their bullying, their relentless religious bullying. Into healthcare even. And then cops barking and yelling for me to stand up and place my hands behind my back with their fucking rapey child porn recordings? I don't think so. You know the videos you've seen of the armed forces doing that to foreigners during times of war? Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me on that end of the spectrum. It was never ending. Where in the hell do you think they got the idea to do the, you know, heart failure positions, music on repeat as loud as it would go irritants sprayed in the face with no albuterol as an asthmatic patient. Where in the hell do you think they got the ideas to do those things? My mother's brothers, as I said, they would drive by the farm on the way home from work, and I would wave, huge wave, speaking to them. They wouldn't even give me the time of day. The only time Donna and her ass came around is when she needed rides to Lexington for Remicade treatments. Like I said, when I had my stroke and called her, no, I have other plans. Oh, fucking well. You can find somebody else to ride your ass to Lexington the next time. She was another one who bitched about cannabis. All because probably the shitty experiences she had had with lace products back in her youth. Dad told me all about Danny and Bud and their fun little game they had going on. So, my apologies for being under so much stress I wanted to fucking yank my hair out so hard it ripped my head off. Sorry. I'm sorry you don't take the time to educate yourselves about health conditions, serious health conditions that are not really threatening to other people. And not everyone wants to self-harm or does self-harm, because guess what? They learn to control it. Only for sick pieces of shit to overstep bounds, failing to follow protocol established by federal courts. Granted, Kim Razor wasn't the doctor writing the prescription and ordering, what we're going to do. I lose my train of thought pretty easily now. Thanks again. Immediate withdrawal from Cymbalta. Immediate. Can cause seizures. Zyprexa. Off-label. Off-label. Made me manic. Made me want to kill myself. The chest pain? Only heartburn. Take a Nexium. They're heart symptoms. It's not just heartburn. But thanks for playing with your 4-lead EKG. The 12-lead EKG showed normal sinus rhythm. My pulmonary testing, it's not lung. Severe asthma. Possibly the beginning stages of COPD. Possibly. My bet is it's the severe asthma caused from all that goddamn limestone dust. Smoking probably didn't help anything. A 24-hour heart monitor for a patient whose family has postural orthostatic tachycardic syndrome would have been appropriate. More so than a stress test. But I'm no doctor. Challenge their intelligence, get bitch slapped. So I said to hell with Regina Case. Regina, the capital of the Sass, and Case. Just like physicians, every one of them white. White, white, white. Just like physicians like Dr. Patty Positek recommending psychiatric medications for chronic pain causing mood and behavioral changes. Seroquel, off-label for chronic pain. Oh well. Point out any of their discretions. That's a civil liability, Mr. Horde. You have to file a lawsuit. Medical fraud is criminal. Oh well. Especially when it's fraud covering raping kids and human trafficking. Thanks for playing. Good job. Breathe. Calm down. Let the fucking shit go. All the while feeling that left squeeze on this rib. We told you first God took a rib from Adam to make Eve. And then every time they dragged me back into another rapey scenario, it was, we just wanted to make sure Eve didn't steal your rib again. You all be sure and notate that for whatever fucking sick purpose it is. Whatever disgusting detail of... How disgusting of a detail is that? We just wanted to make sure Eve didn't steal your rib again. Well, it was first God took a rib from Adam to make Eve, and there was the initial thing. Then every time it was, let us see your ribs. And then subsequently it was, we just wanted to make sure Eve didn't steal your rib again. My father never really used that line like the other men did. It was quite sickening. And me, so fucking stupid. But then again, kids can't consent. They don't have a fucking clue. Then, when I finally got to the point of saying no, because I just didn't have the time for all that stupidity. Taking, the smarter kid classes and having to farm and having to clean and having to mow. I didn't have time to go watch the bulls screwing the heifers and fool around. Honestly, let's go watch the bulls screwing the heifers and fool around. I don't have time for that shit. But do you think any of the legal or judicial people took any of that into account? Absolutely not, because they didn't even bother to ask. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong. That is a huge failure of due process. If I'm not mistaken, that level of failure of due process leads to judicial misconduct. Not asking a child about being raped and sex trafficking just because of who was involved. Forgive me for trying to be a human being with my own thoughts and my own life. Heaven forbid I tell the world that that's not water vapor coming up out of DP&L. There is no need to yell. Like I said, when I am chanting and grieving, it can get loud, especially with Tourette's, and freaking out because it's like, why is this shit just flying out of my mouth? But you should be able to control it. Should be is not reality. Your thought process is the delusional one. My apologies, no offense. I'm not calling you mentally ill. I'm simply stating a fact. And this is how I answer their questions most of the time, only for them to get upset that I'm being a smartass. If it were reality, I would sit here silently married to a beautiful woman with 2 children already in a mansion and working that, 9 to 5 hetero job. Now, who are the fucking delusional ones? I forgot. I probably should switch to just edibles. The vape hits quicker. And that's how it was that night in 2005 when they withheld a rescue inhaler. A rescue inhaler, a non-controlled substance. Oh well. Mason County officials told me that they did not have to follow federal law as I saw it, especially when it came to inmate medical care. I begged to differ. They got upset. I started calling them out on their goddamn raping kids and drug trade and every other fucking dirty, underhanded piece of shit endeavor and going on in Mason County, Fayette County, and Jefferson County. They can kiss my fucking ass. Especially the goddamn state troopers involved in raping me as a fucking kid.